Hello, emergency management family. This is Emergency Management Made Easy with Lauren. I am Lauren Holley-Allen. Hopefully, your friend. We spent a lot of time together, and some people are new, and we welcome you on board for a little different, extraordinary type of training because it's designed for everyone and anyone who's interested. This is New Year's 2026, class number 35, and I have a question, which is a title too. Sniff. Sniff while you are looking for your pen and pencils. New people will probably need a pen or pencil. Sniff. Sniff around. Do you smell gas? Do you? I have a report. Explosion at a Pennsylvania nursing home kills at least 2 people. Authorities are investigating a possible gas leak as the cause. According to the Associated Press, published December 23, 2025 at 10:51 p.m. Central Time. Bristol, Pennsylvania, a thunderous explosion Tuesday at a nursing home just outside of Philadelphia killed at least 2 people, collapsed part of the building, sent a fire shooting out, and left people trapped inside, authorities said. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said in a later news conference that emergency responders braved the flames, a heavy odor of gas, and a second explosion to evacuate residents and employees. Fire officials said they were in rescue mode. 5 hours later, with responders still digging by hand and using search dogs, earth-moving equipment, and sonar to locate potential victims. The explosion happened at Bristol Health and Rehab Center in Bristol Township, just as a utility crew had been on site looking for a gas leak. For students who know me, who work with me, pencils up, and I will alert you when it's time to make a note. At least 2 people are dead and others are missing after a nursing home fire and explosion in Pennsylvania. Source, Park Lane Fire Company, Aileen Chevio. A plume of smoke rose from the nursing home as emergency responders from across the region rushed there. Authorities did not immediately identify those who died and did not immediately know the total number of people injured. Afterwards, 2 women, 1 nurse, was deceased and at least 19 people were injured at the Bristol, Pennsylvania nursing home explosion. The town's fire chief, Kevin DiPolito, said at the Tuesday evening news conference that 5 people were still unaccounted for, but he cautioned that some may have left the scene with family members. Please make note of this. Pencils up. Shapiro said his fellow Pennsylvanians should please take a moment to pray for this community, for those who are still missing, for those who are injured, and for those families who are about to celebrate Christmas with an empty chair at their table. That is why you are just hearing from me in regard to this training. During Christmas month, we did fire safety, but we did something else. DiPolito described a chaotic rescue where the firefighters found people, many disabled, trapped in stairwells and in elevators in wheelchair shafts. They pulled residents out of the fiery building through windows and doors. 2 people were rescued from a collapsed section of building, he said. Make note of that. Firefighters handed off patients to waiting police officers outside, including one who literally threw 2 people over his shoulders. DiPolito said it was nothing short of extraordinary. A second explosion erupted during the rescue, he said. There were multiple citations according to the new owners. The new owners complimented the rapid intervention of the first responders. There were multiple citations. Make note of that. Bucks County emergency management officials said they first received a report of an explosion at approximately 2:15 p.m. Willie T., who lives about a block away, said he was sitting at home watching a basketball game on TV when he heard a loud kaboom. I thought an airplane or something came and fell on my house, he said. He got up to go look and saw fire everywhere and people escaping the building. Just got to keep praying for them, he said. Pen this too. Notes. Pencils up. The local gas utility, Pepco, said while its crew were responding to reports of a gas odor at the nursing home, an explosion happened. They were on the scene. Make note of that. Pepco crews shut off natural gas and electric to the facility to ensure the safety of first responders and local residents. It is not known at this time if Pepco's equipment or natural gas was involved in this incident, the utility said in a statement. One worker sustained non-life-threatening injuries, the utility said. Investigators from the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission went to the scene, finding that the explosion was caused by a gas leak. Won't be confirmed until the agency can examine the scene, a utility commissioner spokesman said. Museline W. said she was an employee at the facility, told WPBI TV ABC6. Over the weekend, she and others there smelled gas, but there was no heat in the room, so we didn't take it to be anything. Please note that. The 174-bed nursing home is about 20 miles, 32 kilometers northeast of Philadelphia. It is newly affiliated with Sabre Healthcare Group and had been known until recently as Silver Lake Healthcare Center. In a statement, Sabre called the explosion devastating. It said facility personnel had promptly reported a gas smell to Pepco before the explosion and that it was working with authorities to ensure the safety and well-being of staff, residents, and the community. So they're saying that their employees did call the fire department, the gas department. The inspection report said the facility failed to provide an accurate set of floor plans and properly maintain several stairways. Please make note of that. And this harkens back to classes that we have had before. It said the facility failed to maintain portable fire extinguishers on one of the 3 levels and failed to provide the required smoke barrier partitions, which are designed to contain smoke on 2 floors. According to Medicare.gov, the facility underwent a standard fire safety inspection in September 2024, during which no citations were issued. Make note. Medicare's overall ratings of the facility is listed as much below average, with poor ratings for health inspections in particular. Make note. Gas leak guidance. Many homes rely on natural gas for heat, hot water, and some home appliances. Natural gas is odorless, so a leak would be impossible to detect. Mercaptan, a harmless chemical that smells like sulfur or rotten eggs, helps you identify gas leaks. Even if you don't know what a gas leak smells like, the smells of rotten eggs will alert you to look for other problems in your home. Other ways to identify gas leaks. Although natural gas isn't toxic, a leak increases the risk of fire, which is why it is important to identify a leak and find the source as soon as possible so you can take the appropriate safety precautions. The most common gas leak smell will be rotten eggs or cabbage. If you smell this odor in your home or business, and you're sure it isn't actual rotten food, you could have a natural gas leak. If you have standing water outside of your home or business, say a swimming pool or fountain, there could be a leak in your outdoor gas line. Hissing sound. Sometimes gas can softly hiss or make a roaring sound as if escapes from a leaking pipe. Usually this happens as the natural gas connection at the back of your appliances. So hearing a hissing sound coming from your kitchen, break room, businesses, or water heater might indicate a gas leak. Dead plants. When natural gas leaks into your lawn, it displaces the oxygen the plants need to survive. If all of a sudden your plants start dying despite a proper care, you could have a gas leak. The same goes for indoor plants. Unusual white mist or fog. If you notice an unusual mist around your property, it could mean a ruptured gas line or your business. Health effects of gas leaks. Note all gas leaks are detected immediately. Not all. Not all gas leaks are detected immediately. Often when the leak is small, it might take some time for you to notice any of the signs of natural gas leaking. And although natural gas is non-toxic, prolonged exposure can cause some health effects because gas leaks change the amount of oxygen available in your home or business, and you might start to develop, or your staff, sudden and unexplained symptoms, some symptoms that you should be wary of, to include managers, emergency staff, emergency response staff at your business. Headaches, dizziness, nausea, fatigue, breathing problems, eye or throat irritation, pale skin. Observe this. Observe your symptoms as you leave the house or move between rooms. If you notice any symptoms worsening as you move around your house or facility or school, you might be dealing with a gas leak or another type of air containment. What to do if you suspect a gas leak, cafeteria workers at schools, colleges, small businesses, in the break room where there are appliances. Do not ignore gas odors. Call your gas company or 911 for assistance if you suspect a gas leak. If you smell gas near appliances, this might be a pilot light that has gone out or a valve that's open slightly. Inspect the appliance to see if you can determine the source of the problem and fix it. Otherwise, contact an expert for assistance. Contact an expert for assistance. If you smell gas inside of your household, parents, homeowners, go to an area that's not near the smell and contact your gas company. While you wait for the gas company to arrive, stay away from the odor source and make sure you do not do the following. Pencils up, everybody's writing. As you can tell from my response, this is very serious. Go to an area that's not near the smell and do this. Turn lights on or off. Do not do it. Do not do it. Do not turn lights on or off. Do not smoke or strike any matches. Do not adjust thermostats. Do not use household appliances. Get out of there. Do not use sources of ignition. Keep doors closed. Keep doors closed. Do not try to repair the leak yourself. Do not put out any open flame. Correction. Put out any open flame. Get out of there. Assume someone else will report the leak. Do not assume that. That's what happened at the nursing home. They assumed maybe someone else reported because they didn't smell anything that first day. They went in the room, seemed normal. They didn't notice it. If you smell gas outdoors, if you're in your garden or backyard and smell gas, report the leak immediately. Don't try to locate the source yourself. Stay away from the premises until your gas company arrives. Do not turn on the gas once it's been shut off. Contact your local gas company for assistance to prevent ignition. Get out of there. How to prevent gas leaks. Although you can't always prevent a leak, having your pipelines inspected yearly can help. This service is usually free of charge and could prevent a devastating gas leak situation that occurred in Pennsylvania. If you smell gas outside of your home or business, on campus, anywhere, take note of the exact street location, building location, or cross streets where you smell gas and call 911 immediately, or whoever you called in your location, country, or district. Stay clear of the area. Stay clear of the area. Do not do these. Do not start any motors or motor vehicles near the area of the gas odor. Do not use lighters or matches, and do not smoke. Oh, this was a difficult one for me. You can tell because you all know me by now. I struggle with it because people died, and people were hurt in it. I won't judge it. Quick quiz question. What are your thoughts regarding the tragic events, especially the areas in which I said make note? These are for people who may have been with me for a while and know protocols for certain emergencies that we've discussed. So, what are your thoughts? According to our classes together, what could all concerned have done differently based on your training during these 35 classes? Let me give you some thoughts, my ideas, and you add to it. Send me an email. The staff had not been adequately trained in gas safety procedures, obviously. 2, several people had left the scene with family members, so there was no accountability early on as to who had evacuated, who had gone home, which would have been a job of the fire department or the gas company, whoever was available to do so. Who's missing from the school? Who's missing from the building? They couldn't evaluate that. People left early. The staff had smelled gas early on, but failed to report it. They did not have the training to identify a gas leak or smell. Working at the nursing home. We're not judging. We are evaluating for training purposes. 4, the local health department found that the agency or nursing home was non-compliant regarding several state regulations. It's unclear as to whether those citations were issued before the explosion or afterwards. That is my assessment of the situation. For those who want to respond to this training, prepare before it happens at outlook.com is where you can find me. This training was so personally upsetting to me that I just held on to it until after the holidays. I knew you probably had heard about it on the news. However, I just decided to continue with our fire training for the month of December. Think about this particular training. Thank you for your kindness and your grace as I struggle to get through it. It's so sad and so upsetting. And some of these issues could have been avoided if people were trained, especially working in facilities. Remember, some people were in wheelchairs, trapped in the stairwells. That is a definite no-no. Some stairwells were not clear, but the fire department and the gas company did what they were trained to do. Save as many people as possible. So having said this, this is our first training of 2026. For the new people, existing people, make sure when you come on, you always have a notebook and pens or pencils, whatever you use, so that you can keep good notes as we train together. I train specifically, I commit to every Friday to have a new training available for you. This training, and since it's ready to go, I'll put it up early so more people can be exposed. Remember, these trainings, you can watch them over and over again and clean up your notes. Whatever you missed, you can just make additional notes. And that way you are learning all the time. So easy. Easy peasy. Because emergency management made easy with Lauren is easy. But what we are learning is sometimes very difficult. Thank you for joining me today. And I will have something a little different for you next week.